Standing on Cancun's golden sands and looking east across the Caribbean, you might just think you've found paradise. And the numbers seem to back that up. North America's most popular holiday resort has received more than 5.5 million tourists this year and attracted $2.5 billion of investment. But away from this sandbar lined with enormous hotels, Cancun's permanent residents are living through a crime wave, which has seen the town's murder rate shoot to 3 times what it was last year.
Cancun has become a focal point for narco-trafficking and all the violence that comes with it. Murders have been a daily occurrence in the past 6 months. And if you walk around the center, you will see many shops are shut due to the extortion of the gangsters.
One focal point for the violence in Cancun has been the resort's taxi drivers. Their union says some drivers have been assaulted and shot by professional criminals and within sight of shocked tourists.
Earlier, gangsters would rob drivers at gunpoint and flee, but now they have realized they can get away with more. And we are starting to see gangsters murdering drivers, stealing their cabs, and using the stolen vehicle to assault other unsuspecting clients from behind the wheel.
Alejandro Rodriguez is Cancun's new police chief. He's been in the job just 2 weeks, and following successful commands combating narcos on Mexico's dangerous northern border, he's here with a simple brief: save Cancun from the gangsters.
Our
plan here is different than the other places affected by organized crime in that we won't be getting involved in street-level shootouts, but the principle is the same: patrol our districts, gain the trust of the locals, and detain delinquents who are causing problems.
With the violence worsening, Cancun appears to be living up to its indigenous Mayan language name, Snake Pit. But the consensus here is it's still a good bet for foreign investment, and sources close to organized crime say that's because the rival cartels all abide by one golden rule: the tourists are untouchable.
We can't cover up the fact that there is a lot of violence in Cancun. Someone gets shot, and through social media, someone on the other side of the world will know in seconds. But Cancun depends on tourism, and foreign visitors will always be put first.
Cancun brings in massive investment, but the town's authorities are forced to continue a difficult balancing act. That's marketing its pristine beaches and all-inclusive resorts in the east, while holding back the tide of violence threatening to engulf them in the west. Alasdair Baverstock, TRT World, Cancun.
Well, our editor-at-large, Craig Copetas, joins us now from Paris. And as ever with these stories, Craig, because you've lived such a rich and full life, you actually have first-hand experience of this story. You lived for many years in Quintana Roo, which is the state in which Cancun exists. Let me ask you, at first sight, at first glance, this crime wave statistics that we've been hearing are quite alarming, but that doesn't mean that the tourists should be too afraid, right?
No, the state of Quintana Roo is actually one of the safest states within the 31 Mexican states. In fact, it's one of the very few that the United States government has not issued a State Department travel warning for. What is going on there right now, and the reason why this big chief drug cop has been sent in, is that for decades the crime family there, according to police, is the Zeta cartel. They control that area, and they have had a symbiotic relationship, politicians there will tell you, with the government, because both parties know that tourism is the lifeblood of Quintana Roo. And the crime that we're hearing about, the murders, etc., are taking place in parts of the city that are far, far removed from where any of tourists might venture. It would be like saying that there's violence in the South Bronx, so you shouldn't go to Soho in New York. That said, it has been growing.
So as far as the cartel in question is concerned, it's much more important to keep those affluent tourists coming in.
Absolutely. They are the lifeblood of Quintana Roo, and they always have been. In fact, Cancun was a purpose-built city to bring tourists in. You have to understand that Cancun, the tourist area, is on a strip of land. It's kind of like the difference between Miami Beach and Miami. But most of the tourist trade is actually further south, when you get down towards Playa del Carmen, along the Mayan Riviera, and towards Tulum. And one of the things that's gone on there for years, and tourists who go there, they go there from all over the world, as we said, huge business. There's petty crime, but not as much as you would expect, because the Zeta cartel, if they hear that someone's messing with one of the tourists, they'll do something about it. So it's not a very pretty picture, but that's how it works there.
Well, it's very interesting how the organized criminals are in some way keeping order. Craig Copetas, thank you so much.